It's summertime, and you know what that means. Warm nights huddled around the campfire with your close friends or family, sharing stories about your day and enjoying a delicious s'more. Yes, there's nothing that unites campers like a sweet childhood favorite consisting of a toasted marshmallow, chocolate, and of course, the graham cracker. But very rarely do we question the origins of life's simple pleasures. Well, today, let me ruin your enjoyment of this simple campfire delight by telling you the odd history of the graham cracker's invention. Believe it or not, this wonderful crispy snack wasn't always this pleasant. Its origins include religious fundamentalism, repenting for sin, and a very, very bizarre death. From vegetarian creation to dissuasion of masturbation, this is the history of the graham cracker. Sylvester Graham was born July 5th of 1794. Graham had 16 siblings. His father was 72 at the time of his birth, and his mother was mentally ill. Graham spent his childhood bouncing around homes living with different relatives. He was often sick and found himself working many jobs on various farms and schools. He worked at a tavern while he was still young, which made him very anti-alcohol, as he saw the negative effects that it had on people. As he grew older, he turned to religion as he hoped it would cure his constant illnesses. He became a Presbyterian preacher and focused his career on health. Early in his career, Graham decided that eating meat was an extension of gluttony, much like alcohol, that it corrupted the body and soul and was a detriment to families and overall society. Many attribute Graham to being some sort of father of vegetarianism, though he was influenced by others who promoted a plant-based diet. But alcohol and meat weren't the only things that our boy disliked. No, the main thing that he preached was to stay away from sexual pleasure and stimulation. He believed that all sexual pleasure was bad for families and society, just like meat and alcohol. Most of his opinions stemmed from the idea that people should live in accordance to the Bible. He believed that drinking pure water, eating only plants, and avoiding alcohol would avoid sins, just as God intended. In order to accomplish this mission, he wrote a cookbook that preached the idea of women staying home and creating natural breads and crackers for their families using his recipes. These graham flours, breads, and crackers were meant to be pure and unpleasant to help suffocate impure thoughts, urges, and gluttonous habits. Many people bought into his teachings, enough for a whole movement known as Grahamism to be invented. Boarding houses that specifically followed his teachings were created, which made participants take cold water baths, eat different graham flour products, and of course avoid meat. But even though Sylvester Graham was living a pure life of avoiding gluttony and his right hand, eventually his health problems started resurfacing. Falling ill again, he turned to experimental medical intervention to cure his ailments. He tried eating meat, drinking alcohol, and at the very end, he took multiple opium enemas as prescribed by his doctor. But none of it was enough to save him. Rest in power, King. Your teachings will last much longer than your physical existence. I know that all of this information is quite wild, and you probably think I'm trolling. But I promise you that everything I have said is true. So just remember that the next time you sink your teeth into a s'more around the campfire, that those delicious crackers were originally intended to taste terrible and stop your sinful urges. Remember, everyone, if you just suffer for your entire life and never experience anything enjoyable, maybe you too can have a great legacy like Sylvester Graham.